All right, we're live, but it is private. So in a few minutes or in a few seconds, we will be live. So just hang tight with us. Let's see. John, how about you talk about something fantasy relevant?
All right, guys. So Mike White, absolutely quarterback one for rest of season. The guy's got one 400-yard passing game. Justin Herbert has never had a 400-yard passing game in over a full season of starts. Mike White came in and just, I believe it was 2.5 quarters.
You're going to lose us viewers. You know that, right?
Hopefully everyone understands this is satirical, being that you just threw me on the spot and told me to talk fantasy. Came in and played 72% of the snaps and still able to put up 200 passing yards against the New England Patriots when they were getting absolutely whopped, losing to a 50-point score from the New England Patriots. No, realistically, I'm interested in Mike White. I like a nice little underdog guy that's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it's not James Morgan, but Mike White will have to do the job.
All right. All righty. Well, we are about to go live.
Let's see. We live? See.
Not yet. And waiting for it to save. Once it saves, we're good to go. So, all right, here we go. Geez, this thing takes forever to save. Forever. And oh my goodness.
You're teasing us.
Now, there we go. We are live. What is up, everybody?
What is up?
Welcome into the Fantasy Tap. My name is Michael, and we are live doing our Listener League update, baby. There's some shake up this week. Shake up. Shook it up.
Big shakeups.
It's
like a Polaroid picture. You got to shake it. Shake it.
There we go. Yeah. Yep. Guess what, John? The Braves won the World Series, baby.
Yeah, baseball. Love baseball. It's my favorite. No, it's my favorite sport. You know.
It's not my favorite sport either. But it, like I said, during you guys will see, I guess, in the next episode, our Thursday night breakdown and our news and notes. It's a sentimental thing. My grandma and I used to watch the Braves on TV. So it was very sentimental. She has been gone for almost 10 years or about 10 years now. So very sentimental. So it's pretty cool seeing them win.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't watched a baseball season since the Marlins won the World Series. I think it was like 2003. So been a
minute for them.
Fairly out of the sport.
Sadly, the Dolphins haven't won a Super Bowl in much longer. So
okay, there's teams that have been worse. Teams are on worse losing streaks. Got to keep our heads up as Dolphins fans.
Not much worse though.
There's teams that have never won a Super Bowl in their franchise history. There's teams that have never been to a Super Bowl. There's teams that have been to 4 Super Bowls and haven't won one.
That is true. And they're in a division. So love that. Love that about it. Wilson, what's up? We see you now. We see you. He says, my grandma passed away about the same as yours. And she was a huge Braves fan. Let's go. Chris says, AKA the Frothy Pigskin says, what is baseball? That is a good question. That is where a lot of men run around with long wooden bats and tag each other with balls. So
yeah, it is they run the bases and hit each other in the balls with the bats. That's pretty much what's going on there.
Who knows? But anyways, we've got a great show for you today. Big time Listener League update, a lot of shakeup, but I only see 2 likes on this video and there are 5 people watching, so I should see 5 likes. Also, subscribe, please. We'd love that we'd love the support. So anyways, let's jump into it, John. We're going to share my screen and go live. Matchups, team league. There we go.
Oh.
Week 8. Boom. This is the week 8 recap. Week 9 preview. We also have a special guest. He is going to be joining us. He is the Banana Stand. The Banana Stand will be joining us today. So very excited for that. Anyways, let's jump into it. First up, Team Miles, Team PNW 360. It was a 3-5 it was a 3-4 versus a 5-2 team. Miles got the upset. He done did it.
Done diddly did it.
Done diddly did it. T.Y. Hilton obviously hurt PNW. Who else? I mean, everybody on his team. Everyone.
You only put up 61 points in total. Was projected for 117. Matt Ryan wasn't even able to break 10. None of his running backs broke 10 points. None of his receivers into the starting position broke 10 points. The only person on his team able to break 10 points was Damian Harris. And then Miles just had an absolutely studly roster setup for the day. Tom Brady went off. Antonio Brown, Michael Pittman, your start of the week. And other than that, you didn't really need much more.
That is true. That is true. We got a question in the chat from Michael. Michael Chap. Great name. Love it. My name is Michael. Good name. Michael Carter. Great week. Mike White. Great week. Michael Nottage. That's me. I mean, look at me. Great week. He says, need help. Justin Herbert, Dalvin, Moss, and Gaskin. Diggs, Keenan, Hollywood. Pitts, I'm 3-5 and need some help on what to do with this team. You're golden. Gaskin is the play over Moss this week. Pitts is fine. He just had a bad week. Don't worry about it. Keenan and Diggs, you're good there. I think Mike Williams is going to have a bad week. Diggs should keep moving forward. You got a good team. I would start Gaskin over Moss this week. But overall, I mean, 3-5 with that kind of stack, I think you're looking good.
Yeah, you're definitely in a situation where you're going to be coming back 3-5. You must have just had some poor games. Maybe that Dalvin Cook game where he was out hurt you, but that roster looks absolutely great. Do you have
Alexander Madison? That's the question. If you have Alexander Madison, or if you don't have Alexander Madison, that's probably what hurt you, because you had to get by with Moss and Gaskin. And we know both of those guys are up and down. So, but yeah, if you have Madison, then you should have been good. Gaskin and Moss, like I said, were up and down. So if you chose the wrong guys at the wrong time, then it is what it is. But that's it. That is it for that matchup. Thank you for that question, Michael. If you could smash that subscribe button, we really appreciate it. Let's move on. KBKC, John's boy, coming through, baby. TK Brad Hinton going to 2-6. KBKC going to 3-5. I mean, 9 points, pretty close.
Snuck it out. Especially both teams have players that really crap the bed on them. KBC took the shot on Rashad Penny with no Chris Carson in there, got less than a full point. Luckily, your boy TK Brad Hinton played him Emmanuel Sanders as well as Robbie Anderson and got 0 points from both of those players. So just kind of a rough week for a lot of people this week. A lot of NFL games were really stuck between, it's my studs balling or not at all.
Or somebody else. Oh my God. Michael Chap saying back. He said, no, he does not have Alexander Madison. 1 week, my whole team was on bye and I put up 144 points and lost by 4. I feel that, man. I feel that. Hey, and he says he's still in a playoff spot. As long as you're still in a playoff spot, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're first or sixth. Okay. If you're 1-6, or whatever it is for your fantasy playoff spots, as long as you get in, I can't tell you how many teams I have seen go undefeated, get the bye week, lose week 2 of the playoffs because I mean, it's fantasy football for you. That's why we play it. You got a great team. I think you're going to challenge for the championship.
Yeah. And on the bright side, if you're in that playoff spot, as long as you don't lose another game, they can't knock you out of it. So get it on in there.
Yeah. Keep going.
Keep it up.
Keep going. Miles Gaskin, John's must start of the week. Should I go after Kelsey? The owner is listening to trades. Maybe Pitts, Gaskin. or Renfro for Kelsey. What do you guys think? I think Pitts is going to have a great back half of the year. I wouldn't move off of Pitts for Kelsey.
Yeah, no, I'm not moving off of Pitts. I think both of them have the similar situations and upsides to where both of them are going to be high, especially with Ridley out for who knows how long. It leaves Kyle Pitts a lot of opportunity to really thrive. And we are looking at a situation where Matt Ryan just was not able to have a great week last week. So you're not going to want to be in a situation where you're selling off Pitts and taking a hit in value.
That is the truth. That is the truth. All right, let's move on. So yeah, close game between TK Brad, and also KBKC. KBKC getting out a much needed win. Anyways, let's move on. Aaron Rodgers fan club and team Suck It Easy. Suck It Easy was sitting at 5-1, and
5-2.
Aaron Rodgers fan club really needed to win. He was sitting at 3-4, but unfortunately, he did not get the win. He did not get the dub. Team Suck It Easy got the dub, 109-65.4. He put Calvin Ridley in. I mean, not only that, Jalen Waddle, Dalton Schultz, DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, just like you said, John. You know, some of the studs were balling, some of them weren't. And in this case, for Aaron Rodgers fan club, it wasn't balling. He was not balling.
No, he's been a team that's been seeing stuff like this happen. That's why he's sitting at five losses right now. Has a very talented and studly roster. Just the players do not want to participate and ball out on the same weeks as the other ones on the team. So he'll have people go off and play a standard game. Like Chuba Hubbard put up 12 points for him. But outside of that, no one else able to crack that 10 point. No. But if you look at the names on the team, you're like, wow, why is this guy 3-5?
Yeah. He still has a chance. You still have a chance here, in my opinion. But, yeah, so keep going, Aaron Rodgers. Listen, this is a very close league, and we'll look at it when we go to the standings. This is very, very close league. So I'm excited for the back half of the year because I truly do think this could get interesting. Get very interesting. All right. With the upset of the week, baby. Upset of the week. Frothy Pigskins going down to Cam Newton's burner phone, who desperately needed a win. 112-102. D-Hop, Kyler Murray, Noah Fant, all doing poo-poo for Frothy Pigskins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And let's go Cam Newton's burner phone.
Cam Newton's burner phone. Like I said, upset of the week, potentially of the year. Potentially. Good on you. You know, Keenan Allen, TJ Hawkinson, Eli Mitchell, Daniel Jones, the Seahawks defense, and Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley playing an integral part of this upset. 16 points from Cole.
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Okay, timeout. Look at this ballsy move. Sitting Justin Herbert and playing Daniel Jones.
When it works, Mike. It might not have been a big difference, but when it works, it works. Hey, good for you. Good for this. I like seeing it because he was someone that was sitting at 1-5 just 2 weeks ago and has really pushed himself up, making himself go from the bottom of the league to sitting right in the middle. Really, really nice to see. And that's kind of what we saw for Frothy Pigskins was the one downside of the zero RB strategy. Yes, you have these high-end wide receivers, but when they don't perform, you don't have those running backs to fall on either, even though he did have Darrell Williams and Leonard Fournette. Mike's sit of the week, properly placed there, was not able to put up enough points for him to really push this one through and gave Cam Newton the win.
Yep, it is true. Oh my gosh. Good on you, Cam Newton. Good job, mate. Good job. All right. Before we jump into the banana stand, he is going to join us soon. Let's get into Cops and Rogers. John's guy. This is John's guy. All right. Wilson, you're John's guy. All right.
Hey.
He beat Team D Segrest. All right. Segrest, again, forgot to take out Dak Prescott. Didn't take out Baltimore's defense. And the score showed it 133-93.
Yeah, it was kind of a situation where it looks like he either didn't set his lineups this week or he just expected Dak Prescott to make that miraculous play, that miraculous start.
I mean, it was a Sunday night game.
Yeah. And it was and he was sitting with the Denver Broncos defense on the bench. I don't know when he picked them up because I believe we looked earlier in the week and he didn't have a defense on his bench. So looks like he picked them up with intentions to play him, but did not slot them in there. It is okay though, because he would not have won if he played Jalen Hurts or if he played the Denver Broncos at the same time. So, all right. What's up, Tua?
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to let me do this real quick. I forgot to send the link to. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing.
I can set it.
You got it?
Yeah, I can set it.
All right. Well, yeah, we're trying to get the
banana stand.
Banana stand. That's his name. That is his name. The banana stand in here. Here we go. All right, we got the right link. I accidentally sent him the YouTube link. That's why I got John with me. John is keeping me in check. So here we go. He should be joining us soon. He did not get a dub. I'm sorry. He did not get the dub. Unfortunately.
We're going to see why. We're going to see why.
103-90. Pretty close. 6-2, 3-5. Pat Mahomes just not doing Pat Mahomes things. So, and then Najee Harris going up against Austin Eckler, pretty fair there, but Chase Edmonds had a great week for him over Tony Pollard. Yeah.
Yeah, it really just
Chris Godwin too. Chris Godwin, start of the week. Let's go.
Yeah, really came down to Patrick Mahomes not able to put up enough points. It was close enough. And he did have Justin Fields sitting on the bench. When he gets in here, I would be interested to see
here we go.
In what situation do you actually play Justin Fields over Patrick Mahomes so far this season? He's only had one good game, and Patrick Mahomes has been Patrick Mahomes. Oh,
all right.
Man.
First of all, love the Zoom name, Tony Top, Matt Bottom. Who's Matt? How are you doing?
What's up, guys?
How are you doing, man?
Doing good. You guys gave me extra time to get my hair and makeup done, so I'm ready.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's go.
That's what matters the most here. This is a complete fashion show, as you can see. I'm rocking my basic black t-shirt, no makeup, terrible hair. Still killing it.
John's hair is definitely questionable at all times. First of all, question, and I know your answer, but I want the viewers to know how disgusting you are. Candy corn or no candy corn?
Candy corn. Get out of here.
Stop
sharing celebrities posts.
No,
disavowing candy corn. We're on the candy corn train.
Candy corn all the way.
Let us know in the chat if you are a candy corn fan or not. This guy, I almost didn't let him in because
it's like saying you don't like eggnog.
It's a delicacy.
I love eggnog.
Okay, exactly. Eggnog. It is not very good. It's not great, but it is only good in the season. You are not going to drink eggnog on a Wednesday in March.
I have
exactly
on Wednesday in March before, actually. I'm psychotic. Yeah. So that's kind of disgusting. All right. So John and the banana stand, aka Tony, leaving Justin Fields on the bench.
I mean, who is starting Justin Fields over Patrick Mahomes these days?
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't really fault anyone for that decision right there.
Yeah, that is true. Good move, leaving Damian Williams on the bench, minus 0.3 points.
Mm-hmm.
So that's smart. I didn't do that in the league, and it fucked me.
How are you feeling about your team overall as we're moving into week 9? We're getting really close to the playoffs coming up soon. Are you feeling like you're in a confident position to maybe make a run for it, as the league is pretty tight right now? You're only 2 wins out of the playoff spot.
I do feel good about that. This is not what I expected after drafting this team, 3-5. with the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce stack. I'm looking at my team right here. I had Jerry Judy. That was unfortunate. Didn't see that coming. Beckham, apparently he's not even playing football for the Browns right now, so didn't see that coming. And then, just some more unfortunate losses, but I still think my team's okay. So I'm kind of middle of the pack though.
Yeah, right. I definitely think you could sneak into the playoffs. With Jacoby Myers, he just needs to get in the damn end zone already. Yeah. Kelce, I do think he's going to be fine the rest of the year. Maybe not tight end 1, but I think he'll be fine the rest of the year. At this point in time, it's do or die for the Kansas City Chiefs. And in my opinion, I like to have guys on teams like that that have to win and are expected to win at the end of the season because they're going to put up points most of the time.
Yeah, I drafted those guys early, first and third round, I believe, or first and fourth round. So you hope to get a lot more out of your, first round pick and Kelce. And then I took Mahomes in, I think, the third round. So those guys haven't been performing this year. I think we all know the issue with turnovers there in Kansas City.
Yep. John actually hitting that over 8 interceptions for
nice.
for Patrick Mahomes.
Easy money.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Easy money.
Jerry Judy. Let's talk about him for a second. Obviously, having the ankle issue injury for the first few weeks.
Yep.
Started in week 1. He's my start of the week this week for wide receivers. I think he comes back in a big way this week. And we see that him in general, kind of return or go to where we thought he would be at the beginning of the season. So I think you have a good receiver there in Jerry Judy, especially to make up for that Odell Beckham.
Yeah, he was like one of those second-year breakout guys, right? And that just hasn't panned out yet.
Predicted, yeah. Yep. It's been injuries though. We still haven't seen a lot from him. And as great as Teddy's been playing, is he someone that's really going to produce an elite, outstanding wide receiver every year? I mean, it's possible. It's good. He's been doing all right.
In Carolina last year, they almost had 3 1,000-yard receivers. Curtis Samuel was like in the mid 900s, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you see what the turnaround with Robbie Anderson this year with Sam Darnold back there. So, hey, if he was healthy, maybe Jerry Judy could have been that 1,400-yard receiver that Jefferson was last year.
What could have been?
Yeah, right. John, Chris, aka Frothy Pigskin, said you need to try his coquito because you would be drinking it on a Wednesday in March.
Tell him to get me some. Get it over here. We'll Wednesday episode. I'll have it on live.
There we go. All right, so let's go over to the standings. You're currently sitting, let's see, in 8th, so only 2 spots out. We've got two players or contestants at 6 and 2, 3 at 5 and 3, 1 at 4 and 4, and then 5 at 3 and 5, and then 1 at 2 and 6. So you're not sitting in a bad spot. Really, all you need is to win this week and D. Seagrass
to lose, and you could easily push yourself in there.
Oh, we're in it.
Seagrass and
we're in
Miles
it.
To lose. Yeah, and you're good.
Yeah.
So I think you have the team to do it. Hopefully, I mean, best case scenario, I think, would be Odell Beckham getting cut or released this week, going to a team where he can be used, and then returning to form.
Yeah, I found a stat. I think it was on The Athletic, but there's been 72 receivers since 2019 to get 100 targets or more, and only 3 of those players of the 72 have more uncatchable passes than OBJ. So, I mean, he's onto something. Baker's just not hitting him. He's getting open. So maybe it works out if he is able to get on another team, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
I know it's a JPA football tweeted out that he that he should be released soon. So we'll see what soon means. We were talking about it in our Thursday night or our news and notes and Thursday night breakdown that's going to come out tomorrow. The Browns have ran the ball 250 times and passed the ball 240 times. I don't think Baker's like the main issue. I think it's the style of team that he's on. It is a run first team. It goes through Nick Chubb. It goes through running the ball, Kareem Hunt, even Ernest Johnson, whenever needed. So I don't think it's just Baker, but I definitely don't think that Baker is the solution either to Odell Beckham's woes.
I think, that's the style Stefanski wants to run. he wants to run the ball first. He'd run it 75% of the time if he could, coming from Minnesota. But yeah, Baker's definitely not helping the situation with those limited targets, right?
That is
I would say OBJ, if he ends up getting cut, waived, and moves to another team and plays this season, he's in a better situation on almost any other team than he is right now. Even the Falcons might could use him with Ridley out, or some other teams that have had some receiver issues.
Yeah.
Where would you want him to go, Tony?
I think honestly, Atlanta is not bad. That's not bad. If Calvin Ridley's not going to come back and play the rest of the season, that's a huge void in targets. That's 100+ targets, right, in a full season.
Yeah.
So that would help the other guys too, right? All those ancillary pieces. Kyle Pitts, the running game, the weapon, Cordarrelle Patterson.
The weapon.
So
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Wilson, aka Cops and Rogers, is saying OBJ to the Raiders.
That's another fit. Maybe
that could fit. That could fit. I like
Saints, another one, a team that was actually somewhat interested in him before the trade deadline, especially with Michael Thomas's news today of him not returning for the rest of the season. Could be a solid fit at a team that does not even have I wouldn't call any of the receivers there a wide receiver 1 for a team. I'd barely even place them as a wide receiver 2 on most teams. So I think that would be an upgrade where maybe we'll see something.
Yeah,
but
I like it.
Yeah. So you're pretty close. Team Suck It Easy and Redbirds overtook the lead. I think Frothy Pigskins was in the lead last week. Still the only guy over 1,000 points. I think the craziest part, and this is just fantasy football for you. If you look down here in 12th place, let's look at 12th place. And I know it's not typically where we want to look, but TK Brad Hinton, man. 968 points. Only 2 guys have more points than that. However, he has got just over 1,100 points against him. That's fantasy football for you. That hurts. That stings.
Step up your defense, TK.
Yeah, exactly. Step up your defense. If you're new to the stream, just so you guys know, the Listener League, the winner of the Listener League takes home this beautiful helmet autographed by Kyler Murray, full sized. We got I think it's Beckett authenticated it. So winner gets this. So
is it a full adult sized or is it full Kyler sized?
No, this is full Kyler sized. Yeah, this little mini helmet. That's Kyler.
That's good.
But
that's
yeah,
good.
no, this is full adult sized.
Right.
So let's jump into week 9 matchups. Oops, there we go. Sorry. Let's go. Week 9.
Now, as we go into this week, is there any teams that, you're playing up against, currently you're lined up against Cops and Rogers. Ooh, playing my boy Wilson.
That's a good matchup.
Playing my boy Wilson. Are you going to be able to pull this one out? Are you a little nervous as you go into it, especially with this news of OBJ?
I'd like to comment on something unrelated real quick.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah.
This guy Wilson, and who's the other guy? Who's the other guy offering trades like crazy? Miles 707.
Oh, there we go.
Are you guys
call him out? Call him out.
Call him out.
Call him out.
Are you guys familiar
right now listening?
Are you guys familiar with the movie World War Z, the crazy zombies?
Yes, where they're trying to climb up the wall.
These guys are like the zombies from World War Z, and I'm like Brad Pitt. Like they're coming to get me with these trade offers. And I've got the hair to match, so it's the perfect comparison here. But
that's great. That's great.
Week 9. Yeah, week 9. I think it has him projected to win by 10, but currently I got nothing from Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on with OBJ. I do have Agnew. I might plug in. He's the number 1 receiver in Jacksonville, apparently. Who knew? Yeah. And then I could probably move Jerry Judy up. So I have some options. We'll have to see what the waiver wire has too. I don't know what's going on. I'll have a better idea probably Thursday or Friday after we get some practices in.
There you go.
Yeah, I 100%. I think you definitely have a shot. I know John is a little biased towards Cops and Rogers, just a little bit.
Hey, I made my claims early in the season. I had Cam Newton's burner phone as my favorite to win the league, and once I realized he was 1-5, I had to find a new favorite. Yeah. And then I ditched him, and he's been winning every game since.
He's got a deep team. I do like his roster a lot.
Yeah, he could definitely make a push. Yeah, so let's, because you said that, let's look at the transactions real quick. as far as where'd it go?
The waiver pickups.
Yeah, the waiver pickup.
Do me a favor, and I'm not trying to hype my boy up anymore. Are you able to pull up that graphic that Wilson made that's in the chat?
Oh yes, I can. Yes, I can. Here we go.
I know. Get the man a little credit for that.
There we go. Let's go.
good.
The Tua of us in the fantasy tap. We are Dolphins fans. Unfortunately, shout out Wilson making that. I told him though, the only thing is our beers have to be bigger because we need kegs because we're Dolphins fans, and that will help us get through this season.
All right.
But let's take a look at the waiver wire and what happened. KBKC dropping Samaje Perine, and the Fantasy Tap groupie, aka Frothy Pigskins, dropping San Francisco 49ers defense. Derek Gore was picked up for only $5 by Miles 707. Could be a steal depending upon how long CEH is out and if he continues to get the usage he got. KBKC offered 2, and Tony, you were even in the bidding for 0.
I'm a cheapskate.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I wouldn't pay much for him. I don't
What's your expectations for Gore moving forward? I mean, $5 obviously isn't a huge bid, but it's still some fab on it.
Yeah, if you watch what teams are doing to KC, they're playing the two high safeties. They're giving them everything short. So if KC wants to run the ball and hand it to Gore and Williams and CH when they get back, 15 times a game each, like that could work for them. So, I mean, that could be a good play. Teams are trying to limit those big plays. So if KC wants to pivot, the running game's there for them all day long. So that could pan out.
Yeah,
for Miles.
Hey, and he did drop Sterling Shepard, who could be, if he comes back fully healthy at some point, it could be someone to pick up as a waiver wire option with how much he shined early part of the season.
True.
I'm just curious, who were you dropping on your team if you were making that pickup?
For Gore?
Yeah.
I think I had multiple transactions in. So let me look at my roster real quick. Yeah, I think I got either Agnew or McNichols for him. So it was one of the players I dropped. Let me see in the transactions. Sorry, I play in like a dozen leagues that I really care about. So
we're both.
I'm sure you guys can relate.
I feel that.
So it's like I lose track of like who I'm adding, who I'm dropping in all these leagues. I just kind of spam them on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
So
that last bathroom break before bedtime.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was either the Bengals or Damian Williams.
Okay. Fair enough.
KBKC picking up Mark Ingram, dropping Rashad Penny. Like that move. I think that Mark Ingram can actually have similar to a role what he had previous when he was on the Saints with Kamara there. Especially with no runner or quarterback, really. We don't know if it's going to be Taysom. We don't know if it's going to be Trevor Siemian.
Yep.
Shit, we don't even know if it's going to be Ian Book.
Ian Book, baby.
Yeah, seriously.
At Notre Dame.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because my buddy, he's been telling me all year he's going up to this Notre Dame game with his friend this weekend, and blah blah blah. They're playing Navy or whoever it is, and he calls me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, my buddy backed out. You want to go to the Notre Dame game?" And I'm like, I can't. But
let me just get those tickets squared away right quick.
Yeah, and a flight and no. Astral, aka Redbirds. There it is. Picking up the Miami Dolphins defense, dropping the Kansas City. So picking up pretty much a porous defense for another porous defense. So they do have a good matchup this week, though.
They do.
They could turn the ball over a couple times. Yeah. And then there we go. The banana stand getting Jeremy McNichols. This could be a steal for $0. Damian Williams, he's dropping him. He's picking up Jeremy McNichols.
That's right. These $0 bids. It's not because I'm cheap. It's because I'm out of fab. I forget who I blew my load on there, but
yeah,
I've got no money left.
There we go. Hey, Wilson was trading fab earlier in the year. I don't know where he's at now, or he's getting fab. Other players were trading him fab. Mm-hmm. So, Tua being picked up by Miles 707, dropping Robert Tonyan, who is unfortunately out for the year.
Glad to see.
Mark, yeah, Hate to see it. But MVS being picked up for Ben Roethlisberger by Redbirds. And then, of course, Jamal Agnew. There you go. $0 bid again. Jamal Agnew, very underrated. 12 targets last week. That's a load. That's a lot.
That is a
Yeah. I mean, you got Laviska Shenault, who should be getting 12 targets, but they're not giving him 12 targets. It's kind of like at the beginning of the season when Carlos Hyde was the lead back, when you had a perfectly good back and a great back in James Robinson.
And you were still giving Carlos Hyde like 30% of the snap carries and making him an integral. Yeah, it was just terrible.
Urban Meyer. Enough said.
Bad coaching at that point.
Hey, yo, I'm an Ohio State fan. All right, so let's ease it down there. All right, he brought us a championship.
Fair enough.
Horrible NFL coach. Horrible. He did beat the Dolphins though. So
okay, I just scrolled up. I had no because I'm a person. I scrolled all the way through the transactions and I'm looking back at week 3 or 4. Was a month ago. You spent 85 of your fab on Damian Williams dropping Tim Patrick.
That was a mistake.
Yep.
It happens every year.
So like I said, I play in a dozen leagues that I really pay a lot of attention to. I picked up Damian Williams in maybe a quarter of them, and then Khalil Herbert for like nothing in the rest of them. So it's kind of like give and take. I want to hit somewhere, right? So
yeah,
Damian Williams. Yep.
And when you have those multiple leagues, at some point you're kind of telling yourself like, all right, there's a possibility I'm wrong here. Maybe I hedge my bet and go the other way in some other situations.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I drafted. There's only one league I drafted Robert Tonyan in, just because I was like, if I'm wrong, then
I'll be right here.
Yeah, I'll be right here. And that was the league I went most of the opposite of what I was thinking. I'm like 1-7.
Ouch.
Yeah. My wife is beating me. She beat me twice so far.
Oof. That's rough.
Probably should have picked a different league to do it in, because I am 0-4 against her in anytime we play fantasy football. So yeah, she's actually going to start her own podcast now.
That's awesome.
No,
Right.
So KBKC dropping Randall Cobb. Interesting move. Not interesting, I guess. They get back Devontae Adams. Tyler Conklin. There you go, John. That's your guy.
End of the week,
Conklin
baby.
being picked up. Let's go. Van Jefferson, Oriole Boreal, a.k.a. Aaron Rodgers fan club.
Straight up dropping Kenneth Gainwell. Not even.
I don't blame him.
That's an interesting move.
Straight up dropping him. No, he's still a hold. We've seen one game.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is,
Van Jefferson though.
One game. I love Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson's great pickup.
And they let go of Deshaun Jackson, so that means more snaps for guys like Van Jefferson. So interesting.
I think he had 94% of the snap share this past week.
Did he?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the 90s. Yeah, we were talking about it on our must start sits. Tyler Higbee is he's not been doing great, but I think with Van Jefferson becoming more involved in the offense, Robert Woods, and obviously Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee is going to kind of go completely out the window. So
it's fair.
Kenneth Gainwell, though, I think the thing is we saw Jordan Howard, and I think that's what did it. The dagger to the heart. I don't like if Boston Scott would have led the backfield, the entire time. And we saw sprinkles of Kenneth Gainwell. That's one thing, but we saw Boston Scott, and then we saw Jordan Howard, and we didn't see Kenneth Gainwell.
Kenneth Gainwell actually outtouched Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard just happened to pick up that touchdown and get 2 breakaway runs for more than 20 yards.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
See, I guess I was watching the red zone, so
Gainwell got in there for 13 carries. The problem was he was absolutely zero efficiency on those carries, only getting 27 yards.
Yeah.
So at that point, Boston Scott was already tired. Kenneth Gainwell's not doing anything. You're up 30 points. You're giving it to the running back who you brought on in the free agency for no value, no risk, no nothing. So
that makes sense. Sense.
But looking at Oriole Boreal's roster, I just looked at it to see like who else he could have dropped. He doesn't have anyone. His roster is stacked and deep.
Really?
So yeah, so someone should pick up Kenneth Gainwell if they've got empty roster spaces, in my opinion, and just wait and see what happens.
Maybe they have. Let's see. Jared Cook was picked up by the Fantasy Tap Group, aka Frothy Pigskins. PNW 360 picked up Taysom Hill, dropped T.Y. Hilton. There we go. KBKC picked up Jordan Howard and dropped Michael Thomas. And honestly, this is probably my favorite pickup so far. Michael Gallo. I think a lot of people forgot about him.
Is he coming back healthy?
He is, I believe, they're hopeful that he comes back
for week 9. Hey,
but he's coming back soon.
Yeah, if you can use him for the second half of the season, then why not?
Yeah. So, all right. I think that's it. Let's dope. Yeah, that is it. Let's jump through the rest of the matchups. Obviously we already previewed the Banana Stand and Cops and Rogers. That's going to be a great one. Who do you think you're going to go with over Chris Godwin? Obviously,
I'll bump up Jerry Judy, so leaves me a little bit of flexibility. I have Pollard, AJ Dillon, and Agnew. I'll probably go with Agnew unless something better presents itself on the waiver wire. But like I said, we'll just have to see. And again, not sure what's going on with OBJ, if he's going to be on a roster this week. So I might have to throw him on the bench as well. So I might be using 2 of those 3 guys on my bench right now. We'll
you
see.
Had to use one, would you go AJ Dillon or Tony Pollard?
That's interesting. I'd probably go AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be without Aaron Rodgers, I believe. So maybe they lean on the running game, and Kansas City can't defend anything. So I don't know yet, but that's what I would lean.
That's kind of where my thought process was going as well. We got Team D Seagrass and Redbirds 2K21, a 4-4 going up against 6-2. Currently in favor of Seagrass. Devontae Adams will come back. AJ Green, though, is going on the COVID, so who will have to make that up. We got Cam Newton's burner phone. Let's see. What does he have? How many wins does he have in a row?
He's got 3 wins.
3 in a row? Or
no, 2 in a row. He won week 1.
All right, 2 in a row. Can we make it 3? Going against Suck It Easy, who is top 2 in the league, 6-2. Currently favored towards Cam Newton's burner phone. However, Suck It Easy took a big hit in Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's got Derrick Henry, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Tyler Lockett, and his defense all on bye weeks. So he shouldn't have any problem filling those spots with David Johnson, Darnell Mooney, and that's pretty much it. He's going to need a defense. Cam Newton's burner phone is going to need some more magic.
Yeah, got a lot to do. So Aaron Rodgers fan club. Do what?
I was going to say he might have Christian McCaffrey and Julio Jones back this week, so it could be.
Yeah, it could be great.
He could be on that right role he needs.
Frothy Pigskins, Aaron Rodgers fan club, currently favored in Frothy Pigskins way. It's 82% to 18%. Do we have anybody on bye? No, we don't have anybody on bye, actually. So, wow. All right. This could be a good one. I kind of think this is a little, obviously Chuba Hubbard could be very, not usable, being the fact that Christian McCaffrey comes back, so that could hurt him. But I kind of think it's a little overvalued towards Frothy Pigskins, being the fact that he has Devin Singletary. So we'll have to see what happens there. TK Brad Hinton, number 2 scorer in the league, number 12 in the standings. Playing PNW 360 could be a big win for him. Currently favored 51 to 49%. Any bye weeks here? None in the starting lineups. Yeah. So
PNW should see a nice little spike. He's got Christian Kirk in there at his 3rd wide receiver, and with AJ Green on COVID, we could see a bigger day from him. Rashad Bateman sitting on his bench for TK Brad Hinton could slot him in for guys like Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. He got him a goose egg last week.
Got most people.
Yeah.
Goose eggs all season.
And then Miles 707 and KBKC, a battle of the 3 and 5s. KBKC needs Saquon Barkley. He really does. He's sitting there on the COVID list. that's the only guy he doesn't have playing. So it is in favor of Miles. Oh, man. And he's got DK Metcalf on bye. Jordan Howard, maybe slips in Jordan Howard for him. But like you said, I mean, Kenneth Gainwell touching Jordan Howard. Maybe he's not the play this week. So,
Yeah.
Possibly
Possibly not.
Yeah. So, anyways, Tony, is there anybody you want to shout out, talk shit to, or anything before we get out of here? I mean, you can tell them. You can tell them how it is.
Literally, there are a lot of these people are watching right now. Call them out. Let them know. You don't need to make friends here. This is for a helmet.
I'm not calling out anybody. Keep the trade offers coming. I'm gonna hold this up. I don't know if you could see who that is. That's Clayton Kershaw. It's a World Series bobblehead, or this is the no-hitter bobblehead, actually. You guys took us out in the playoffs. I'm happy the Braves won the World Series. I see you sporting the gear, so congratulations on Braves getting to win that. I'm so glad they beat the Astros.
Woo.
So
yeah, me too. The Asterix.
The Asterix, excuse me.
The whole world was against them.
I do want to say thank you guys. This has been a lot of fun. Even if I'm not in contention, like I'm going to continue to set my lineup and maybe play spoiler as the season progresses. So
yes,
I do appreciate it. This is a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Glad to have you.
And
in
also,
here, man.
Thanks.
you've got your own podcast. That's correct, right?
We do have a podcast. Our league is going on year 13. So last season, we decided, me and my co-host, co-commish, decided to start a podcast. So just follow me on Twitter. We link everything there at 58W King Podcast. We talk NFL previews. So for each week, we get in usually Wednesday or Thursday. We post those and then we recap everything, the NFL weeks and then our league, usually Mondays or Tuesdays. And then you can find links to all that on our Twitter page.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Check it out for sure. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys check them out as well. Go sub to their channels as well. Follow them on Twitter. Everything, all the good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. It was fun. The Braves won. 58W King Podcast, aka the Banana Stand. Love the reference, by the way.
There's always money in the banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand.
That show's so underrated.
I know, very, very underrated. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Good luck, guys.